Hi.
Hello, how can I help you?
I have something I think you're really gonna like. It's the original 1940s movie program from Disney's Fantasia.
Well, I'll tell you what I'd really like, the magic broom, so I wouldn't have to sweep the shop myself.
I am looking to sell my Disney's Fantasia 1940s movie program. This movie program is something special to me because it belonged to my grandmother, and it was a movie that we watched together when I was probably about 7 years old. And I'm hoping to get $100 for my Fantasia movie program.
Well, this is pretty cool, actually. So Walt Disney actually wanted to work with this conductor named Leopold Stokowski, probably butchering it. Stokowski chose songs from very famous composers like Bach and Beethoven, and then Walt Disney created the animation to go with each one. At the time, Fantasia was actually a major bomb in the theaters.
Oh, wow.
And it just wasn't taken very well by crowds. 1991 comes around, it releases on VHS, and it is an instant success. I mean, it became huge. Today, it is considered to be a cult classic. This program itself is actually something that you could have picked up at the theater, which is really cool because programs like this are something you might expect to get at an opera or some type of ballet or a show. You don't really think of getting a program with a movie. It's in a little bit of rough shape, just overlooking it. It looks more like mold than water damage. There's a nice little tear right here on the front of the page. It is Disney and it's highly collectible. So how did you get this?
My grandmother gave it to me. I believe she got it originally from the 1940s when she went to the theater.
So I'm guessing maybe you and Grandma would have watched Fantasia on VHS together?
Yeah, we sure did. And I would dance around the house when she played it. So she gave that to me around 10 years ago, just before she passed.
What are you looking to do with this?
I am looking to sell it.
And how much are you looking for?
I'm looking for $100.
Okay, you can pick these up for much cheaper than $100 online all day. So, would you take 15 for it?
15? I mean, I was hoping for more than that.
25 is my final offer.
Final offer?
Final offer.
25? Okay, yeah, I'll accept 25.
$25, meet me at the counter and we'll write you up.
All right, thank you. I made the sale today. I plan to use the money to buy a new pair of pointe shoes for ballet because my grandmother always enjoyed watching me dance when I was little.
Hello.
Hey, how can I help you?
I'm looking to sell my prototype Furby.
It looks kind of like Gizmo.
He definitely does. He, though, has this 1,000-yard stare and looks like he's screaming, but Vegas will do that to you. I am at the pawn shop, and I'm looking to sell my prototype Furby. This Furby is unique because it is one of the unproduced color samples that was never made for the market. I picked it up from a former employee of Tiger more than 15 years ago who was selling out his entire collection of prototype action figures and anything he had. I am hoping to get $3,000 for this Furby.
Really cool. They were released in 1998 by Tiger Electronics. And the 90s were just that era where they were making these, interactive electronic toys, and the Furby was like kind of the pinnacle at the time of it because you could communicate with them in a sense, and you would buy a Furby, it would be talking Furbish, which is kind of like baby talk, and then it would eventually learn English, and it had this little infrared laser right here. It could interact with other Furbies, so it was pretty smart, especially in 1998. It was like cutting edge. You mind if I take a closer look at it?
Absolutely.
I mean, just first touch, it just feels like something you would want to pet as it was talking to you, Is it actually functionable as far as the eyes and mouth?
It is not a functionable model. The prototype stage that this was at was just to test the color patterns and the skin. There was no need for electronics. That was already developed. So they're just putting the skins on a variety of just empty bodies and showcasing how does this look.
Okay, and then what is this? Oh, this is a tag dated September 28th, 1999, so tells you exactly what it is, You probably know you don't always get that with prototypes.
No, you do not.
A lot of the times you gotta guess. What are you looking to do with it?
I'm looking to sell it.
And how much are you looking to get?
Looking to get $3,000.
Okay, I really have no idea. Let me get someone to come take a look at it and figure out what it's worth.
Sounds good.
All right, I'll be right back.
Thank you. I'm very confident the expert will agree that it is a prototype. It needs a new home, and I could use the money for other prototype purchases.
A guy came into the shop with a prototype Furby from the 90s. He's asking $3,000 for it, but before I spend that kind of money, I'm gonna need our toy expert, Steve Johnston, to verify that this is actually a prototype. So I've called him down to figure out if I should toy around with this thing or not.
What's up, Chum?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, this is what I called you about. This gentleman has what we both believe to be a prototype Furby.
Have you taught it to talk yet?
I love Chum the most.
Well, the Furbies were a cultural phenomenon. When they first came out, they could not keep them on the shelves. This toy was so sought after. And you gotta think that it rivaled the Game Boy, just to give you an idea of how popular it was. That it was this and the Game Boy in Christmas of '98.
You want to take a look at it and tell me what you think?
Absolutely. There's different stages of Furby prototype. You would have ones where they were testing the electronics, the eye size, how the mouth worked. It's really light though, so it tells me there's no electronics in it. I don't know that I recall seeing a burgundy Furby, so that might have actually been something that they were testing. The tag is awesome, and that is a card that you want to have with this type of item, because the tag here actually tells us the code name for it. It says Fish 2. It tells you a little bit of information about the cost of the actual item. Very neat item, and yeah, it looks to me like it's a prototype.
How collectible are Furbies in today's market? Because they kind of had a short run.
There is a collector market for them. It's a niche market. You have to remember, in the late 90s, we were taught collector editions. Toy aisles were full of it. Limited edition of. When that happened, you had people that started buying toys, not only as a toy for their child, but they bought them as an investment.
All right, well, what kind of value do you think it has today?
There's hundreds of these prototypes out there, and you can imagine the reason there was is they had so many different color renditions. This particular prototype, I think you'd have no problem getting $1,800 for it.
Okay, well, I appreciate you coming down.
No problem.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, well, after hearing everything Steve had to say, I'm not trying to insult you here, but I'm gonna throw you an offer at $800.
Well, I know you have to make your money, and of course, more important than that is, I have to make my money. He is absolutely right. It is a niche market, but it is a strong market to my surprise, too. 800, though, is a little too tough for me with the experience that I have. I hate to say, I think I'm gonna have to pass on this.
Okay, I do think it's really cool. Thanks for bringing it in, and I hope you'll bring me back some more prototypes in the future.
Absolutely will.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Unfortunately, we couldn't complete the deal. We were just speaking different languages. We needed a Furby translator to work things out.